This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joynton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Stephanie Gandola from Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Hi, Stephanie.
Good morning.
First of all, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and everyone over at Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays to you, too.
Thank you. I know if you counted all the wonderful things that happened over there this year, you wouldn't have time for the segment of our show. So it's been a glorious, wonderful year there.
It has.
I want to thank everyone for their support, the volunteers, the businesses, our community, everyone who's brought everything, all the blessings to all of you.
Oh, thank you so much. The support in this community is so heartwarming and wonderful. It truly is.
It is, and today we want to talk about Film Festival.
Yes, very excited to talk about the Thunder Bay Film Festival happening in January of 2014, so the weekend of January 24th. The festival will run all weekend, so January 24th, 25th, and 26th. It'll start with an opening reception on Friday night at the Heritage Center. So light hors d'oeuvres and little snacks and cocktails and things, and then the featured film, and there'll be a filmmaker actually introducing the films. So we have a couple special guests coming, 2 to 3. We're still booking the guests, but 2 to 3 special filmmakers coming to present their films.
Perfect.
And so these films are a combination of Great Lakes films, and then also a package of films coming from the San Francisco International Ocean Film Festival, which is a festival that's been in the running for over a decade, and they have world-class films that they show annually in San Francisco, and we're lucky enough to be getting this package of films.
Great. Okay, so what time will the films be shown? And
well, they'll be shown, we're still working on the schedule, but pretty much Friday evening, you can count on a great selection of films, and then all day Saturday. Saturday, we'll also have a special filmmakers panel where the filmmakers will be there on the stage, and the audience can ask questions and interact. And then Saturday night, we'll have another featured filmmaker introduce their films. And then Sunday, we'll have films again all day long, but those will be more of a children's focus. We'll have some. It'll be for the whole family on Sunday, but maybe a few more children's-focused films on Sunday.
Okay, can you tell us the names of any of the films we're going to see?
I can.
Right.
One of my favorites is called Unsalted, and that is a film by a Michigander named Vince Duer. He's from Southwest Michigan.
Okay.
And the film is all about surfing in the Great Lakes,
Ooh.
which is a pretty crazy thing to do.
I would think.
I mean, and of course, it's in the wintertime mainly, because that's when the big waves are. And the footage in this film is great. And so he's actually one of the filmmakers coming to introduce his film. Another film that we're featuring is A Century in Stone. And Ryan and Ann Bellinger, who recently won an Emmy for this film, brand new film that just came out, they're going to be presenting that film. And that's all about the history of the calcite quarry up in Rogers City. So that's just a couple of the films. We also have, like I mentioned, the package from San Francisco International Ocean Film Festival. And I forgot to say that this traveling show only goes to 4 places in the whole world.
Wow.
And Alpena, Michigan is one of them.
Not surprised.
Right. So it's going to Boulder, Colorado, a town in Russia that I can't quite remember the name of, Hong Kong, and Alpena, Michigan.
Wow.
So we're going to be able we're exposing the Northeast Michigan to these world-class films, and they come from all over the world. One of my favorites is a short Spanish film. I won't spoil it, but all sorts of different things that really inspire ocean and Great Lakes awareness.
You know, when you think of a film festival, I think of Traverse City started with a little film festival and what they've got now, and all the little towns that do film festivals. It's a very popular thing, and as most things, you folks do bring a lot of new people to our community to look around and say, hey, and get a hotel and spend some time here.
Right. That's why we're excited to be doing it in January. As we know, January is lovely winter weather here in Northeast Michigan, and we're hoping to make it somewhat of an economic driver and bring folks from all over to Alpena and to Northeast Michigan in January, sort of expand our tourist season. And so that's the goal for having it in January. And who doesn't want to curl up in a movie theater with some popcorn when it's snowing outside?
All right, and obviously there's going to be a charge for this.
Yes, yes. It is a fundraiser for the Friends group, the Friends of the Sanctuary. And so Friday night is $25, and that's going to include the reception and the hors d'oeuvres, and also the full lineup of movies on Friday night.
Okay.
And then all-day Saturday films are going to be just $10. And then all-day Sunday films are just $10. So you literally, for just $10 in a day, could watch 15 movies.
Okay.
I mean, like I mentioned, they run from 2 minutes long to feature-length films. But so $10, and then $5 for students. So whether you're, elementary student, family brings in their children, or high school student, or community college student, $5 all day long, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, now do you have to buy your tickets in advance?
You don't have to. I would recommend it. We're getting quite a lot of response regionally about this festival. So we're working with public radio, with WBKB, of course, to get the word out. And I'm expecting that we're going to be selling some tickets. So, of course, I would recommend buy your tickets now. I just put them on sale in the Sanctuary store today.
Okay. So then you know you're guaranteed a seat.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you can also buy a full weekend pass, save $5 and buy a full weekend pass for $40.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I've already had a couple folks come in and buy some tickets for stocking stuffers.
Oh, good. Yeah. And as the holiday season is fastly approaching, we want to remind everyone about the Sanctuary store.
That's right. Holiday hours actually this season. So Monday, tomorrow, they're going to be open until 9 o'clock for your last minute holiday shopping. And yeah, lots of specials in there, lots of great holiday gifts.
And unique things and things that, commemorate Alpena. So if you're thinking of someone that, doesn't live here and you want to send them something special, what a great thing, get them something from the Sanctuary store.
Absolutely. We've got jewelry, music, CDs, movies, books, educational toys.
And I got a press release from you today about looking for some divers.
Oh, right. For the ROV, underwater robot competitions.
Yes.
Coming up. We're so excited. This is going to be a big event that we're hosting the international ROV competition next year at the end of June. And that's going to bring about 1,000 people to the area. So this is going to be quite a project for us, for the whole community. And we're going to need a lot of volunteer support for that. And with these robots competing underwater, you, of course, need volunteer divers to help set up the missions, help reset them, help maintain the whole mission environment underwater for the students. So, yes, if you know anyone who's interested and is already a certified diver, contact Wayne Lusardi at the Sanctuary, and he'll get you signed up as a volunteer diver to help with our many, many ROV support missions.
Okay, we're out of time. I want to thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you next year.
Okay, see you next year. Thank you, Nancy.
I'll be right back with some information from Child and Family Services following these messages. Hi, welcome back. As promised, my last guest today is from Child and Family Services. I have Janelle Packer. Hi, Janelle. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing very well. It's so good to have you here. And when you came in today and told me, what your job is, I'm so excited. I didn't realize there were treatment adoption specialists, and that was a part of your agency. To me, I think that's the most wonderful thing. So tell our viewers about a treatment adoption specialist.
Well, it's treatment foster care, and what we do...
Foster care, thank you.
Generally speaking, in foster care, what happens is people call CPS, they make a complaint, CPS comes in. If the children have to be removed, they're in out-of-home placement, we call that foster home, and it's usually abuse, neglect charge on the parents, you see the physical violence, things like that. Treatment foster care is a little different in that some of our kids, come from those abuse, neglect situations, but the vast majority of them are kids that are in trouble with the law. Skipping school, stealing cars, they have a criminal charge, and mom and dad are saying, I just can't do this. This is too much work, and he's not listening to me. And so the court, instead of maybe incarcerating these kids, and we don't incarcerate children, we send them to the boot camps and the juvenile justice facilities, the courts will call us and say, we've got this child, here's his information, he might be good for your treatment foster care program. So we meet with the child, we meet with the family, and the kids, if they come into the program, do go into a foster home. They're placed in an out-of-home setting, but there's a whole team working together with this child. We have an individual therapist with the child, a family therapist that works with mom and dad, and then also works with the child. We work closely with the schools. The foster parents have a really great point and level system they use as like a behavior modification program that works really, really, really well. It's just a really good program, and everybody involved, you know, in foster care sometimes mom and dad, CPS came in, they took the kid, oh, we hate the state and we don't need this help.
Right.
What sets treatment foster care apart is that you really have a buy-in from mom and dad, that all parties participating agree that there's a problem, agree that the child, you know, really needs some help, and mom and dad are saying, and we can't do it either. We're unable to do it. So we really work with everybody, and we've just had a lot of great success with the program. So I'm just so excited about it.
Well, you know, it sounds like a natural association to have all those people involved in the care. You know, everyone has their specialty. Everyone can address the behavior issues that they know about or know how to treat.
Well, and that's really what works so well, is you have foster parents, you know, in the home every day with the child and can call me and say, you know, Janelle, I noticed this thing, and then we call the therapist, and then the team, all the therapists, foster parents, me, we all meet once a week and discuss the week that the child's been having, what's going on, what we want to do next week, how the family therapy went. So we really all work together, and there's no withholding of information. So often, you know, you've got the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing, and with treatment foster care, you just never have that problem because we're all in constant contact.
Yay. Now you want to brag about something exciting that happened to your agency.
Oh, we finished our audit. They came in, did our audit for the year, and it's wonderful news. We made some money this year, which is wonderful for a nonprofit.
Yes.
But we got all plus marks. Everything is just fantastic. So we're really excited about that. The audit came back really good. The agency's really just moving forward, and we've had, like we're going through the treatment foster care, really building that program up, our foster care department, building that program up. So it's a really exciting time at the agency. So to have the audit come back with all plus marks and smooth sailing was just fantastic.
Yay.
I mean, of course, the audit's wonderful, but we could still always use money. So we're always, looking for donations to help with the foster kids. And, sometimes these kids come into care, and mom and dad will say, you can have your shirt and your pants, and that's it. So they leave on a Wednesday afternoon with a t-shirt and a pair of pants, and so we have to run around, get them clothes, do all, toothbrushes, and you don't think about, really the cost associated with that.
Yes.
DHS certainly, I mean, the state provides a stipend, but when you're a foster kid, you don't really maybe want clothes that come from Goodwill all the time.
Right.
You don't maybe want, shoes from Walmart. I just did our Christmas shopping. It was very exciting. And one of our kids loves high-end shoes. He wants like these Nikes or whatever. So it was really fun shopping for those shoes and being able to provide something for that child beyond what, the state or people consider a necessity.
Okay, and that's one thing we want to mention too, that your staff is going above and beyond to go out and spending your own money to purchase gifts for all the foster children too.
Absolutely, we really, there's a wonderful program downstate called Operation Good Cheer, and those presents came in, and those people, they do a wonderful, wonderful job for our foster kids. But we had some fall through, kids that came in after Operation Good Cheer, so we've been just buying presents, talking to parents, what do they want, what do they need, and it's so much fun to go out and buy for these kids that you are 100% have never really had a Christmas like this, that and you just know that we've got one of my foster girls has been dying for an electronic tablet. She doesn't want an iPad, but I just went to Walmart today and was able to buy her an iPad, or not an iPad, sorry, but an electronic tablet, and I just can't wait for her to open it Christmas morning. I mean, I'm just so excited, because she's been talking about it for like 3 months. She just wants one.
Now, if anyone out there listening would like to drop off a gift or a monetary donation, they can drop it off to Child and Family Services?
Yep, absolutely. We're located right across from Purchase on 23.
Okay.
And you can just come in, ring the bell. You'll probably get me. My office is close to the front. But yeah, we're always accepting donations and presents. I mean, we help these kids in any way that we can.
And something you always have a need for too are more foster parents.
Oh, always, always, always. And I always say foster parenting is something that chooses you. You don't choose it, but everybody needs foster parents. These kids need safe, stable environments. And you need foster parents that are really willing to put in the time. These kids come in from really sad circumstances. So we need foster parents with big, big hearts and lots of patience.
Okay, and you know, if you're out there thinking, you know, I don't know if I could be a foster parent or not, you can give Child and Family Services a call. They'll tell you about restrictions and stipulations, what your home must be like, what you must have, all those things. And pretty much the main thing is just love, patience, and kindness and understanding.
Absolutely, and really, you know, there's you get a small daily rate for these kids, but it's never enough money for it. But really, you really just need people with big hearts and that are understanding. It's a hard thing to do, and certainly if people want more information, they can call me at the agency, come see me at the agency. If I'm in the office, I'm more than happy to sit down and go through, you know, the foster parent expectations. And it's invasive, you know, my foster kids don't go in just any home.
That's
I mean,
good.
we do background checks. You've got to do a full financial. We make you go to a doctor. We need a complete physical. I mean, it's an invasive process, but it's worth it when you get the really great, you know, we've got a lot of really good foster homes that get it and provide for these kids, and the kids call them mom and dad.
That's
the
wonderful.
Kids. So, and that's really what it's all about.
Okay, so if someone wants more information, anything we've talked about, where can they reach you?
Well, I can be reached through Child and Family Services. I just go to our website, and my picture's right there. You can email me. You can also call us. Our number's 356-4567. You can always just call, ask for Janelle Packer, ask for the foster care department. Anyone there's more than willing to help and happy to help.
Good. And I want to thank all of you for what you do. I know that it's a job. I know you get a paycheck every week, but I know that it's much more than that to all of you. I've had the pleasure and the opportunity to have so many people from so many different programs on this year, and it's just been a wonderful thing, and thank you so much for all that you do.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Jointon following these messages.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm Olin Jointon, president of Alpena Community College. My guests this morning are two graduates of ACC, Logan Tursky and Taylor Allen. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
And you have both, after graduation from ACC, have progressed on to Northern Michigan University in Marquette. Reminds me of the saying, someplace so close can take you so far.
Oh, yeah.
And you're pretty far north now. But let's begin with you, Logan. Did you grow up in Alpena?
I did.
And Alpena High School grad?
Yep.
Very good. Well, here's the question. How did you make the decision to attend ACC after high school graduation?
Well, being close to home and cheaper than most universities, it sounded like the best place to be with friends, living at home still, and getting a good education.
Very good. Any particularly memorable experiences, good times at ACC that you had, or favorite instructors?
I really liked the economics instructors, and although being in the computer program, everyone's just really good and friendly there. Kind of a hometown environment rather than just school.
Well, we often find that people really benefit from a year or so of adjustment to college in their own home setting before traveling off. Those who think they don't need that, some of them come back to us after not such good experiences their first year away from home. And we're glad to have them, and another year or so of college at home, and then they're ready to fly.
Yeah.
But you were smart. You figured that out in advance, and very good. And how about you, Taylor? Did you grow up in Alpena also?
Yep, my whole life.
Very good. An Alpena High School grad.
Yep.
How about how you came to select ACC for your first couple of years?
Well, I was planning on going away, and then I wanted to stay home because I wasn't ready to go.
You were flopping back and forth.
I was 18 years old. I was not ready to leave my parents yet.
Yeah.
And
well, I'm sure they would consider that a compliment.
well, maybe. But yes, I really just wanted to stay in the area and get my foundation right, because I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, where I wanted to go. So I figured I would take my basic courses at ACC, because why not?
And those basic courses are courses that could be applied to about any degree.
Yeah, yep.
And so you don't have to make up your mind right away.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Whatever you do, and as long as you stay within that core, you're going to be able to benefit by transferring those courses. By the way, speaking of transferring those credits, how did it go for you transferring the credits from ACC to Northern?
All of my credits transferred perfectly.
I'm really glad to hear that. How about you, Logan?
Same, all of them transferred.
Okay. And so this would be an important point for the audience, or especially either whether you're an ACC student or thinking about it, or maybe a parent or a counselor for ACC students. We have well worked out articulation agreements with universities about what courses transfer as what in their curriculum. And as long as students stay within the stuff, that information that's posted on our website, they will do fine. Occasionally you hear about a student who takes a class at ACC because the instructor is a really cool guy, or maybe it's the same class as a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and if you don't pay attention to those transfer agreements, then you can get into trouble and have a surprise at the university. But it sounds to me like you were smart and you looked at what you were taking and how it transferred to Northern, and I'm glad to hear it came out fine. Logan, you mentioned computer science. What is it that appeals to you about that field, and how are your classes at Northern in that field going?
The classes are really good. They're really interesting. The professors up there are also really cool. It's helpful, and computers has always intrigued me, so it seems like the right path for me.
So very often we'll find people who have an interest as a teenager or maybe even a kid that develops into an academic major in a career field. Okay, let me ask you a really important question. Did ACC prepare you for the kind of work that you're doing in your courses at Northern, and if so, how?
ACC prepared me more as doing the things, the foundation, as in going to class, doing certain things about papers, speaking, not necessarily the programming or the hard stuff, but what to do to be successful is what ACC prepared me for.
The basic skills for what it takes to be a successful college student.
Yes.
Anywhere, and you can apply those to ACC or the technical courses you're taking right now.
Yes.
Very good. How about you, Taylor? What field are you studying up at Northern?
I'm studying radiology up at Northern.
What does a radiologist do?
Well, we take the x-rays of the bones, and I am applying to the program, so I'm not into it yet.
Okay. And so if I go to the hospital, it's maybe not a radiologist, but a radiologic tech,
yes,
I think, who would help me up on the table and get the cameras all, and be responsible for getting the pictures to the radiologist, the medical doctor who would be reading them.
Yep, correct.
Very good. Okay. I'll stick with you for a moment, Taylor. Where could this field lead? If you get into the radiology tech program at Northern, you graduate there, you could do the kind of job that we just described, but there are other possibilities as well, aren't there?
Yeah, yep. I'm looking into going into med school and to become a radiologist, but I'm not quite sure yet, so we'll see.
Good. What do the career prospects look like for you, Logan?
Pretty much any large company that develops software. There's a couple internships over at Intel up at Northern that they have, even some at NASA and Amazon, and I'm looking for some of those. So any really big name company, software development.
So internships are where, while you're still in school, you can actually earn academic credit for going into a work environment and applying some of the things that you've learned. We have some of those internships at ACC.
Yeah.
And it's a really good way for a student to get used to the work environment, much as you got used to the college environment at ACC, and then also earn some credit. And it's really, from the company's perspective, kind of an extended interview with you as a potential employee, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being my guest on the program. It's great to see how well ACC grads are succeeding elsewhere, and best wishes for your future studies and careers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joynton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.